The esteemed chief guest of today's function, Honorable Professor J.P. Pandey Sahab, the President of Lloyd's Group of Institutions, Shri Manoj Thairani Sahab, guests of eminence and other dignitaries present, Shri Rajiv Gulhati ji, guest of eminence Shri Raman Kumar Khepar, Shri Rajiv Chibbar ji, and Vandana Arora ji, the Chief Strategy Officer and Head of the Growth of Lloyd's Group of Institutions. It's so wonderful, a lovely opportunity to attend this international conference. In fact, it is a routine practice of Lloyd's Group of Institutions to hold at least one international conference every year. And this year also the topic is really very, very good. And it is a contemporary need of the students, younger generation and the teachers, because you have blended a very important thing here. The keywords, you would say, the conference is artificial intelligence, the innovation, and how can we transform ourselves so that we can look into the future. It's a very good thing. I think we have so many different speakers and they will be able to throw light on the various topics. Already we had a lovely keynote address and inaugural address and two addresses by two eminent guests, and they have given us so many inspiring stories, inspiring examples for all of us to understand and to grow by our own selves. Well, this is an acceptance speech from my side. I'll go on that protocol, yeah. Well, sir, good morning to each and every one of you who is present here on the dais and off the dais, of course. It's my great pleasure and an honor for me to be with you all on this beautiful morning, on this very special day of this conference. I want to start by thanking Mr. Manoj Thairani, the President of Lloyd's Group of Institutions, and Professor Vandana Sethi Arora, Chief Strategy Officer and Head of the Growth of Lloyd's Group of Institutions, and of course the entire staff of these esteemed institutions for this humbling recognition given to me this morning. And I also want to thank, as well as the colleagues, my colleagues and friends, and of course my family, my revered parents, my teachers and gurus, my two children, Rohit and Rohina, and especially my wife Lakshmi, who is present here and attending this conference today. And here I want to thank my very, very dear students. And my students are my spirit. They are a part and parcel of my life, of my journey. And they are in fact my extended family. I have also want to thank my other colleagues with whom I have worked throughout my journey in my life. They have all and always pushed me to a better person. Every time I think I have tried myself to improve every day, every time. They are all responsible for my success and most importantly to be a better person every day. Without all of you, I think nothing would have been possible. So from the bottom of my heart, I express my gratitude and I thank you all with utter humility and grace. When I reflect back into the various roles and the situations I have been through and the people I have had the pleasure to work with, I thought that there is a common thread in all this journey. And so I came up with 3 important recommendations for success of the younger generation and all of us. I will only just briefly mention it. First and the foremost is to be passionate. This has been raised by some people. You have to have passion. You have to have some of your goals. You have to have objectives of your life. You cannot be successful in anything unless and until you are passionate about something. आपकी कोई चाहत होनी चाहिए, कोई आपका अपना एक vision होना चाहिए. It will depend on many things, you know. So then again another important thing is that you are passionate for a while. एक साल के लिए passionate हो गए, फिर drop हो गया. Passion has to be continuous. It is very important to have a commitment for your passion. There will be bad times, there will be good times. That's what I have also passed. I have seen bad times, but good times as well. And you have to be very sure that your passion should continue silently inside, subtly inside, and grossly outside. That's very, very important to do. The second learning I want to convey is that I would like to recommend is to take care of others. It's very important to be passionate. आप जिन लोगों के साथ काम करते हैं, जो आपके सीनियर्स हैं, जो आपके जूनियर्स हैं, जो भी हैं, उनके साथ you cannot grow by your own self. You cannot be a successful person if you live with your own ego, with your own sort of self-esteem, which should be there. But a true leader is the one who is always open and frank with others and genuinely cares for others. And it includes all of us, everybody. So I want to illustrate, since I am here in Lloyd's group of institutions, there's a very good illustration here, that of our president of Lloyd's group of institutions, Sri Manoj Thairani, is a lovely illustration of how he conducts with people. He cares everybody. You talk to his driver, he'll be talking so high about him. That is a down and up. He has grown so many leaders here in this institution. An excellent example is that of my close friend Vandana Sethi Arora. I have seen her growing over the last 20-25 years. That is what is required. You have to care about people, you have to grow them, and the institution grows and you also grow. And third most important attribute is to have the right attitude. I think somebody has talked about it already, and this we lack most of the time. I have seen that many people are failing in their careers due to their behavior and the conduct with the people and the situations they face every day. And the future, you have to nurture and strengthen your emotional quotient, and also of course intelligence quotient. देखो इमोशनल क्वोशेंट अगर नहीं होगा, इंटेलिजेंस की कोई यूटिलिटी नहीं होगी. अंडरस्टैंड, EQ and IQ will go together. If your IQ is at 90% level, 9 scale, and your EQ is 2 or 1, I am sure you are not going to be successful. You will be a dormant carrier. It will not grow at all. So take care of yourself and understand what is your weakness. Where you are weak, why you are weak. This is going to be very vital for your growth and success. Well, friends, be positive. Don't look at the why not and I cannot, but always look into now I can make it happen and find a way to do things. Be positive. Now, so the bottom line is, if you have the passion, if you engage and care for others with the right attitude, and always keep your ultimate objectives in mind, you and your family will be happy, and you will be an asset to any organization and the nation at large. I don't want to go longer, but I will conclude with, because I've seen today everybody is adding an element, so I thought I will also add one more element, Sir will add more elements at the end in his chief address. Well, I wanted to say 5 elements, okay, subtle elements. Then we added time, that was by our Vandana ji. Then the knowledge by Mr. Chiba. Then obviously we always talk in management about ask, The 2 were left out, attitude and skills. Knowledge was already there. I would say you should, the last one which I want to add is that you have to understand what is your intrinsic ability. And I'm telling you with authority, everybody has some intrinsic capabilities. हम उसको nurture नहीं कर पाते हैं, हम उसको identify नहीं कर पाते हैं, इसी वजह से हम आगे नहीं बढ़ते हैं. The big artists, film artists, sitaris and all those, they could identify. Tendulkar was a great batsman, and he identified his talent in a young age. Similarly, friends, identify your weaknesses and strengths and evolve it and make it a very clear objective in your life by your passion and by your right kind of attitude. With these words, I would like to end this speech, and with best wishes to you all, friends, ladies and gentlemen, be happy, make your life an interesting and lively. These three characteristics which I have mentioned in my speech, they are ultimate lifetime achievement goals. The three which I told you, and others we can add later on. Thank you very much. Jai Hind. Jai Hind.